Fat Sexy. Happy Workout Wednesday. It's your girl, Sabrina Gilbert. So today's episode of Sweet Spot Sexy, I'm still going through my list of responses in terms of what your biggest challenges are with health and maintaining a healthy lifestyle and fitness. So this week, the question that I'm tackling was a response that said, well, the hardest thing for me is eating healthy because of the prices. And the example that was given is you can go and get a slice of pizza for $1 versus if you go into a restaurant and you order a salad, that might run you $8 to $10. Especially in New York, we're really big on salad bars, and so you might pay $8 to $10 on your lunch. So today's episode is all about helping you figure out how to shop and where you can shop to get healthy foods at a lower rate. So the first tip that I have for you is, I don't care where you live in the country, what city, where you are in the world, Google and see if your city has a food co-op. This is one of the best ways to get fresh produce, vegetables, fruits. And this way you can start bringing your lunches to work. Where you're going to really save money is actually doing your shopping and planning ahead. And even in the grocery store, sometimes when you're buying healthier products, or what you might think are healthier products, and what's branded as healthy products, can be a little more expensive. So if you have a food co-op in your city, then you can save a lot of money. This is a card for one in Brooklyn. I'm actually going to put this in the screen where you can hopefully see some information. This group is located right in Bed-Stuy, and for $30, you can get a refrigerator full of fresh produce. And I'm talking about kale, red leaf lettuce, potatoes, carrots, corn on the cob. Oh my gosh, you grill that up. So good. Pineapples, apples, oranges, bananas, you name it, they've got it. And that's for $30 to fill up your whole refrigerator. And it's enough produce to last you a couple weeks. In fact, they will deliver it to you. So if you can't get to Bed-Stuy and you want them to come to your doorstep, or you're one of those people who's tired, like if I could, I would definitely order groceries and have them brought to my doorstep. So this food co-op in Bed-Stuy will deliver to your doorstep. So Google in your city, food co-op, and see what's available to you and near you. The other way that you're going to save a lot of money is farmers markets. If you are in a rural area, there might actually be a farmer's market near you that you can drive to in a local farm. If you live in Pennsylvania, if you live in certain areas of Virginia, if you live upstate New York. So make that drive. It might be a 20-minute drive from you, but make that drive. You're going to find fresh produce that has been grown right there. So the farmers right there, they could tell you what they put in it, if they use any pesticides, etc. And you're going to get a great deal on your food. If you're in the city, I know in Union Square they do farmers market on Sundays in the afternoon, and you can get all kinds of produce, and farmers from all over come right into Manhattan, so they're right here for you, and you're going to save a ton of money and be eating really, really good. In that same vein, look for a fish market. Usually if you're at a farmer's market that is like the Union Square ideal, they will also be selling the fresh fish, and you can get your meats as well, one-stop shop. But if you're doing something like a food co-op where you're just getting the vegetables and the fruits, then you still got to get to a store and get your meat. And what I would recommend, if you're trying to get fish and you're trying to get it for a reasonable price, see if there's a fish market in your area. I live in Canarsie, Brooklyn. There's an amazing fish market down the street, and the prices are insane. Like for $5, I got enough whiting that could feed me every night if I wanted to have whiting every night, but every night for 7 days. That's $5. You're definitely not going to get that price in a grocery store. So those are some quick and easy ways that you can save money. If you don't have any of these options available in your city, maybe you live in a smaller town, like the town where I grew up in Smithfield, Virginia. We don't have a food co-op. So what do we do in those cases? In those cases, when you're in your grocery store, produce is pretty cheap, actually. You know, I spent, just on Sunday, doing my grocery shopping for this week, I spent $50. And I have food for the whole week, and it's actually more than I can eat in the week. And I brought all kinds of produce: red leaf lettuce, corn, zucchini, carrots, ginger, mangoes, avocado. I'm a big avocado fan. All kinds of things. And the only reason I didn't do the food co-op is because I'm going to be traveling for the next couple of weeks. So I didn't want to have all that produce that's going to go bad, where I'm not going to be able to actually finish and eat it in time. So that's the only reason that I didn't do the food co-op this particular week. But even in shopping in my produce section, and I did still pick up also chicken cutlets, and I also picked up eggs, oatmeal. I did pick up some granola, and those items, the granola, the eggs, because I always buy cage-free eggs, they were a little more expensive. You know, those were $5 pretty much each. The granola was $5, the eggs were $5. So those were a little bit more expensive because they're prepackaged, blah, blah, blah. But those were the most expensive things in my whole shopping cart. And I think if you learn to shop in this way, and you learn to make your snacks things like fresh vegetables and fruits and so forth, then you'll find in the long haul, you're actually saving more money. And when you're sitting at that counter, whether that's in a restaurant and you're out, or in a grocery store and you're out, and you're sitting at the counter and you're looking at an item in front of you, maybe something that's not as healthy, that's maybe a couple dollars cheaper versus the healthier option that is a couple dollars more expensive, just ask yourself and remind yourself, ask yourself, am I worth it? And I guarantee your answer would be yes. At least I hope your answer is yes. I hope you think you're worth the extra $2 that it costs to put something that's a little more nurturing, a little more nutrient filled in your body. Because when you remember that, then you won't mind every now and then if you do get stuck where you can't pack a lunch and you gotta go out and eat. You'll think of that, I hope, and remind yourself that you're worth it, because you are. I think so, and I hope you think so too. The other thing that I would say is it does take some getting used to shopping like this. If you want some tips, or you have some additional tips that you want to share with everybody, we're a community, so I'm definitely down for that. So post in the comments for me and share that if you have some additional questions about things that I've mentioned, or you live in the Brooklyn area and you want a listing of some of these places that I'm talking about, like the fish markets and the farmers market. Let me know also in the chat, and I will, or in the comments, and I will gladly pass that information along, because I am all about sharing. So that's your Sweet Spot Sexy for this week. I hope that you found it helpful. So before we part ways, Sweet Spot Sexy, I just have one last thing to tell you, and it's actually an opportunity for you. I am actually in the process of putting together a challenge group. So I am looking for people who are interested in losing 15 to 50 pounds. I am going to help you through that process and make sure you reach those fitness goals. So whatever your fitness goals are, whether they're big or small, I want to help you with that. A few years ago, somebody was kind enough to help me. I was a sugar junkie and a caffeine junkie, and I've got the pictures to prove it. I'll show you in just a moment. And somebody helped me, so now I'm paying it forward, and I want to help you. If you're interested, just post in the comments that you're interested, and I will send you a personal message so that we can connect and I can get you more details about my group. All right? So I will see you soon. Stay healthy, live happy, and I will see you.